Hi, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibitz. It's Mary, and I'm recording from Northern California. I'm at home in New York City today. I'm visiting Brianna, and we're hanging out in Northern California. So I'm bringing you 90 Days in 900 Seconds, Season 7, Episode 11, Meet Me Halfway. And let me tell you, Matt Sharp and TLC, you got to meet me halfway and stop with the bullshit because week after week, it is the same old bullshit. So if I was going to give this episode a grade, I guess I would give it another D because it sucked. It sucked as usual. I needed eye bleach. I mean, I felt like vomiting. So I'm just going to jump right in, set the timer for 900 seconds, and let's go. So here we go, guys. Timer set. Now let's start with Andrei and Libby. So as we know, they're having a baby and they're going to do the grand pregnancy announcement. Andre's living the American dream. He wants to go to the Grand Canyon and they're going to take the dads with them. And they are going to make the pregnancy announcement at the Grand Canyon and they want to do these signs. So it starts off with Andrei and Libby trying to write these signs in English and Romanian so both the dads could read the message at the same time and get the message at the same time that they're expecting a baby. Well, let me tell you, the sign making was not going too well. Andre, as usual, was losing his temper, and Libby was getting feisty. Those pregnancy hormones, she was getting feisty. She was biting its head off. And Andre's like, don't terrorize me with your pregnancy. Part two, basically. So they get the signs done. They were the worst pregnancy reveal signs I ever saw in my life. They get to the spot where they want to do it. They unroll the signs and they told Chuck, to videotape it because they wanted to do the social media thing. And Chuck is like standing there with the phone and he's looking, trying to read. And I swear the guy needed hooked on phonics. He was like, what the? Oh my goodness, you're having a baby. It took him like 5 minutes to like comprehend what the hell the signs were trying to say. So after they announced it to the dads, they decided that they were going to announce to the rest of the family, including Libby's mom and her sisters, on Instagram. Great idea. That's going to go over really well with the rest of the family. But just like Andre was killing two rabbits with one stone by bringing the fathers to the Grand Canyon, Libby is staying her ground. So there you go. Let's see how this all turns out next week at Family Therapy. I'm moving on to Bilal and Shaaeda. So it starts off with she's giving a yoga class at home for her Trinidadian students because, she has nothing else to do. And she asked Bilal to join her. And of course, he has to be a prankster and play a fart noise in the middle of her class. And she's like, what the hell? Can you be normal for once? Then, next scene, guess what? She got her work permit. So now, Bilal, you got to hold up to your end of the bargain. Since you don't want to hold up to your end of the bargain of having a baby by the time she's 40, you need to hold up to your end of the bargain of giving her a yoga studio. And she wants to go out there right now and find one. And of course, Bilal was like, there's steps. You need to get a bank account, you need credit, you need marketing, A, B, C, D, E, F, Z. And Shaida's like, I just want to go out and look and see what's out there and start the steps. Can we start the steps? And of course, Bilal's all mansplaining, but he decides that this may be a good idea to pacify her for the moment and let his co-workers take her out to look at a yoga studio space so she's not at home looking at baby clothes. So he decides this will be a great idea. So she goes off with two of his co-workers and she's looking at this humongous space. And it's like, what the hell is she going to do with the space? But they take her to the space and they're like, oh, you could sublease this side turn the front into a daycare center for your students when they come in, when they bring their babies. There's the key word there, babies. You don't mention babies in front of Shaaeda without her going into her desire about how much she wants to have a baby. And of course, you know, the co-workers are like, you know, you got to talk to Bilal, push it a little bit. And they're, of course, stirring the pot because that's what production told them to do. And that's what they're there for. So Shaaeda's like, Bilal doesn't want to give me a yoga studio. Bilal doesn't want to give me a baby. What the hell am I here for? What is going on? So all I have to say about this, and actually Brianna noticed this, only Shaaeda can mix shades of pink. She can mix shades of pink like no one else. Did you notice this in her confessional? She had different shades of pink on, and let me tell you, she could pull it off. Gotta give it to her. Moving on. Jovi and Yara. So Yara and her sweet mom going to look at the apartment that they decided they were going to look at with Jovi or not, but Jovi's taking them, and he's not happy about taking them to look at this apartment. So they get to this apartment, and mind you, Yara's budget is $150,000 American dollars. So they get to this apartment, and Yara's like picturing that it's going to be this big, beautiful, gorgeous, spacious thing. Doesn't even have one bedroom. It doesn't even have one bedroom, and it's 164,000 American dollars. And Yara is like, what the living fuck? So she asked the realtor how much a 3-bedroom apartment would cost, because of course they need an extra bedroom for mom. And it's basically double her budget. And she is like, geez, my plan is not working out here. And Jovi is ecstatic. He is ecstatic because he's like, finally, Yara realizes that things don't always work out her way. And then he realizes Yara's true intentions behind this. She needs a plan B, guys, in case her marriage doesn't work out with Jovi and he decides to hook up with some stripper and take off with all her money. She needs a plan B. She needs to protect herself and her daughter. She's Ukrainian, and she decided that her plan B is getting an apartment in Europe. And Jovi calls Mrs. Gwen after this whole conversation with his wife, and he's like, what the fuck? And Mrs. Gwen is like, you know, Jovi, I've always had this fear. I've always had this fear that Yara was going to do this. And, you know, you need to protect yourself and figure things out. And all I have to say is, I'm Team Mrs. Gwen. We are Team Mrs. Gwen here at Kiki and Kibbitz. And the sweet mother-in-law chirping in Yara's ear. That's all I have to say. So I'm going to move on to the last 2 segments. Well, actually, I'm going to give Kim and Usman first, and then move on to the last 2 segments that have me traumatized every week. So it starts off with Usman is going to meet the first wife that his mother wants him to meet, the young lady from the village that his mother wants him to meet first, because his mother is really concerned and wants him to have babies. You see, the mom is fine with him marrying Kim, but wants Kim to be the second wife. Okay, so we start off that Usman is going to meet the first wife. Kim is not happy. Kim is like, I can't believe I'm in Nigeria and you're going to meet another woman. Like, what the fuck? So she decides that she's proposing to Usman. She does this whole thing, rose petals all over the room, gets down on one knee and proposes to him. Rings in the whole 9 yards. And of course, he says yes. It's another gift. He's going to take the fucking ring. Are you kidding me? So takes the ring, says yes. And the next morning, he's getting dressed to go on a date with his first wife. Let this marinate for a moment. The morning after, He accepts a proposal from Kim. He's going on a date to meet his first wife. So Kim is just like, I can't believe this shit. And she calls Jamal. And Jamal is the only one in this whole storyline that has a whole brain. Jamal is like, Mom, what in the living fuck is wrong with you? Like, think about this. If he is deceiving his mother by accepting the proposal, does his mother know that you were going to propose? Does his mother know that he accepted the proposal from you? No, he's going to tell his mother while he hasn't told his mother yet. So technically, he's deceiving his mom by accepting the proposal. So if he's deceiving his mom, what makes you think that he won't deceive you? And you see the light bulbs go off above Kim's head. You see neon signs start to go off above Kim's head. Red flag, red flag. So Jamal comes to the rescue, knocks some sense into his mom's head. It wasn't a very flattering angle of the video call because it was like up Jamal's nostrils, but he spit out the truth to his mom, and that's all that really matters. So now I'm going to move on to the last two segments that have me traumatized week after week. And I have about 4 minutes left, and that's about all that it's worth. So we have Liz and Ed. I'm traumatized. I need my eye bleach. So it's spa day at Ed's house. He bought a massage table so him and Liz could pamper each other. He gives Liz a massage, and Liz waxes his back. And not before he walks out fully but naked and gets on the massage table, and then she waxes his back. That's all I have to say. Okay, that is the only noteworthy part of this segment, is that I really wanted to gouge my eyes out after this. Where is my fucking eye bleach? So now they're going to Arkansas to meet the rest of his family. He wants her to have a second engagement party. No drama. Okay, we'll see how this goes. So now moving on to the last segment, that I need eye bleach, I need therapy, I need Klonopin, Xanax, alcohol, and everything else after watching this. Michael and Angela, we get right back to where we left off last week. Angela is screaming in Michael's face about his Instagram, insisting that he's a scammer, he's a liar. And what's even more disturbing is her friend Renee was a mediator last week and now turned on Michael this week. So basically now Michael was a big fat liar because he agreed to take down his Instagram, have sex with Angela, and then in the morning put his foot down and say, no, I'm not taking down my social media. And also Michael's a big fat liar because someone, this mysterious woman, there's always a mysterious woman, commented on his Instagram on his birthday, wishing him a happy birthday. And Michael responded back saying, thank you, my person. And now Angela's like, is that code for girlfriend? Is that his girlfriend? He's a scammer. Mind you, she's shaking her boobies for Billy on TikTok, but that's okay. So Michael tries to explain that my person is Nigerian slang for like my friends, like my person, my buddy. And she's screaming, well, I don't care. You better change that slang. I don't give a fuck. Because I'm an American. And wherever I go, I will change the damn slang because I'm an American. So basically, Angela's screaming in Michael's face. Renee is agreeing with everything that Angela says. Renee is an enabler. Renee is bullshit. She is not a mediator, and it's just bullshit. And abuse. And Michael takes it because Michael has dealt with it for all these years, and he figures, hey, I might as well get the green card. That's the way I see it. So that's it. And I still have 55 seconds left. Thank you so much, guys, for watching me. Please subscribe if you don't already. Please hit that like button. And you know what else would make me so happy? If you share my video with a friend. Thank you so much, guys. See you next time. Bye.